Hello and welcome to another LEGO Marvel Superhero Sets Reveal. This is set number 76102, 3 and 8. I have no desire picking up the new version Hulkbuster. Don't really want to get the new Manala, the orange one, just for Thanos in the glove. And the Captain America one I might pick up eventually if I see it for cheap, but I don't feel like that's essential either. Now, of course, LEGO has split up all the Infinity Gems across all the different sets, but some people have been kind enough for selling off the extra gems for, very low prices, like, in terms of American, maybe like 10 cents, 20 cents each. Because every set of these comes with 4 of the color that you get, so you always have 3 spare that you can trade and swap with other people, which, hooray! All the alternative way is just go to, the bootlegs and stuff and just pick up a Shinyon one. I guess here's the glove and all the stuff. And here's Thanos if you want the Thanos. That's probably the way I'm going to do it. It's much easier. And Shinyon has also released a fully chromed one with the little Thanos glove stand. So if you want to pick up a chrome Infinity Gauntlet that looks, I guess, actually nicer than just the more mattish gold color from the official stuff and other bootlegs, you can do that as well. But anyway, so with these sets we have not really gonna spoil the movie, but I'm just gonna say stuff that's also in the trailer. That scene where Thor in the trailer is like holding on to 2 things and lightning all over? That's represented in this tiny pathetic little thing. That's dumb. On the back of the box showing some more display features. And this is Black Panther's sort of base of operations, like a little science lab. I like this set a lot for reasons I'll mention later. That's the back of this box as well. And notice how these LEGO boxes have reverted back to the older design where you pop out the edge instead of just having tape. Unlike the big one had tape, but I just tear that off. I was like, yeah, I didn't get. So this is one side of Doctor Strange's lab in New York City, and he's on a New York City street corner, some pizza stuff. So they're mixing Doctor Strange stuff with this Spider-Man stuff, which is fine, it's just, they're all in New York and stuff. And I'm just gonna say this right now, this is the Avengers Tower for the Infinity War. If you remember the Avengers Tower from the Age of Ultron movie, this is literally the same concept. You got 6 rooms, they all have little things. It's like the dollhouse for Avengers Infinity War. And I think that's a cool concept, a cool thing to do. I really enjoyed the LEGO Death Star. I have the original version, the new version is pretty much the same with updated figures. Those are good, like the dollhouse set pieces. I like the Avengers Tower a lot, and I like this a lot. It just manages to cram so much stuff in such a limited space. And of course, I have seen people buying multiple sets of these to expand the size. Someone have built impressive Doctor Strange New York Sanctuary buildings. They're all online, they look great. I wish I had the money or space to do that, but I don't. So yeah. Before and Rocket Raccoon and Groot set, the instructions in one booklet. That's fine. You got the pieces guide on the back, and some of the advertising for the apps, as well as some of the other sets released in this wave. That's totally fine. But then you got the Black Panther set, and the instructions are split into 3 booklets. You got 2 on the smaller size and 1 big one. You'd think these 2 would be linked, but no. The first booklet finishes up to where you finish this piece here, this action piece, one of the alien invaders' weapons. Okay, that's fine, I guess, because one booklet shows you how to build one thing. But no, the second booklet ends at the middle of the main building, and then the third booklet continues that. It's a different size. Why? Why is it doing that? On the back of the book, it actually advertises older sets of the Black Panther. Makes sense, I suppose. You got the parts list, and images for the app, and play features. But why is this instruction split from book number 2? They're building the same thing and they're a different size, and it's just like, urgh. And then you get to the the big set, and thank God this is all just done in one big book. It looks like some sort of encyclopedia, so thick. It looks like a proper book, but it's just instructions. The parts list on the back, advertising for the app, we've got the bigger spread, and you got the big spread of this Thanos and his Infinity Gauntlet. Be sure to buy every single set if you want to collect all these gems. They look way nicer in here than they do actual pieces. They're nowhere near as glossy. False advertisement, I guess. Yeah, it's surprising they don't actually advertise too much other stuff. They don't actually advertise all the other sets here. They don't advertise the Captain set. And yeah, another thing about this is this Marvel lot of sets don't have those gimmicky comic books inside anymore, so that's a thing. And inside all these sets, you got these sticker sheets. You got the pizza sheet there. You got this sheet for the rest of the buildings and stuff. Again, don't know why it's not done on a single sheet. Got a sticker sheet for the craft there and the full set, and of course you've got all this Wakanda technology stuff printed on this sticker sheet. This smaller set here comes with this little spacecraft that can be plugged onto the new version of the Manalo spacecraft. Just plug it on the back there. In fact, where's the attachment? Oh yeah, here's the gear attachment, and just plug that out. And it can actually fit all 3 characters in it, so that's pretty cool. Now it's obviously still smaller than what it should be in the movie, because in the movie you can actually walk around a little bit inside the ship, but that's fine. It's Lego-fied, it's smaller. And you can lift this top bit off if you want, so you can get easier access to the inside. You can open the front there, you can also open the back there. So there's a lot of access for this very cramped space, so that's pretty cool. Got some play features here, such as the stud shooters on the top, which they don't, you know, distract from the actual design of the craft. And overall looks pretty good. The bottom is a bit bland, of course, but hey, from the front there, from the top, it looks alright. I do like the small little purple details on this set. I like the combinations of different colors. It's not as great as the original Manalo colors, the blue and orange and grays, but it looks alright. Also got all these little moving bits on the ship. Those are quite fun, probably quite dynamic when you animate those. And then we've got this tiny piece here with this, you know, this blue transparent pieces. And as always, when you get a like effects piece like this, Lego just gives you a whole bag of these. And some of these are from the other sets. All 3 sets put together, you got all of these extra bits, and that's cool, I guess. You got all these effects parts. They're nice. I have no complaints with those. But this piece here, this is a simplified, super simplified version of whatever happens in the movie. We still got some effects pieces there. You can tell from the trailer it's the wrong size. And the gimmick here where you have a tray where this Stormbreaker comes out. Minus spoilers, I suppose. That doesn't happen like this in the movie. It just doesn't happen like this. On the back there you got all the Infinity Gems just hidden there, which also doesn't appear here, so it's just for the sake of having them in some kind of set. You can see the gem is like a really small piece. Roughly the same size as a stud, maybe smaller. But yeah, you get this feature, I suppose, right? So yeah, and this piece here lets you spin the effect. Yeah, whatever. With our Wakanda set, which I can actually say you combine this with the Captain America one because those are from the same scene. But anyway, with this Wakanda set, you got the enemy's alien weapon here, which in terms of toys, I get it. Now this blade thing here represents something in the movie, but it's the one in the movie is actually way bigger. Imagine Grievous's weird spinny bike size. That would make more sense, but whatever we have here is an overly simplified version, and when it gets a toy gimmick across, I don't like this because it doesn't look like the original thing. It just kind of looks same shape. And this grass piece is something that's purely for a play gimmick. I mean, it's got grass and landscapes, and you say, oh, it's out just the outside of Wakanda, the jungle and whatever. But then you got this big red button here, like, duh. So yeah, so whatever this thing's supposed to do is, it does work. Oops, kinda. So you just put it there, line it up, push it down, and the pressure should, oh well, that messed up. So whatever, it doesn't work too well. Anyway, we have our main building here, which is the attraction of the set and the reason why I picked up this set, because I just thought this building looked really nice. This is a hinge on this wall that you can pull it out. So if you buy 2 of these sets, you can extend them and plug them together. Look, they even put an extra Technic piece there for you to plug multiple sets in. There's a hole down there, so you can plug 2 or maybe have one built in reverse. I would say built in reverse looks nice, like a mirrored one. That'd be great. Got these 2 cannons, stud shooting cannons here. They rotate very nicely. Got the nice purple aesthetic for the Wakanda sort of tech going on. Those look nice. Yeah, these are pretty cool. And on the front here, I like the way they, even without stickers, it still looks very techy with all these little golden bars all over the place. And you got a gimmick play feature of this button here, which, yeah, sure, whatever. So whatever that does is, it bounces the bed up. Or like, oh my god, there's something exploding, my bed goes all over the place. And on this side, you got a disc shooter, you got a handlebar right there, you push that out, and the disc from down here shoots out. So, hooray, I guess. What I like about this is, from the front, you've got a proper defensive wall going on, like some of you see in the strategy game. You put people up on the railings and they'll be shooting down, put people on top of the tower, that looks great. So that's cool. On here you have another gimmick feature here, you can push this down and it lifts the energy doorway or shield up. That's really awesome, and it goes very smoothly. This is really nice design. So, you know, if you're a Star Wars fan, you want to do some energy beams and whatnot, you can definitely copy the gimmick from this set. All it is really is just a Technic bar sliding across the top there. You can see this, it's got little Technic pieces just sliding across, and chooses the way the shape is, just moves it up. This is like the funnest bit of the set. Okay, down the side you got these, after you apply the stickers you have these computer screens here, a working desk. So from the front it's like a proper defense building tower, and then on the inside you get a pretty fully laid out lab. Of course you got an infinity gem just slapped there, which, okay, it kinda is here in the movie, whatever. And yeah, then there's even quite a lot of land pieces here. So if you actually replace some of these plates with some bigger ones, you can have more land going on. And it just, yeah, the overall set looks really nice. I like this a lot. Also, the classic sort of structure pieces here, those are nice. We come to what I believe is the essential set of this movie. If you're only gonna buy one set, this is the one I recommend, if you can afford it, of course. This building looks awesome from the front. Let's look at the Doctor Strange side first, and this looks great. This looks like a proper building. It would fit nicely next to all the modular buildings as well. Looks great, got good proportions from the front, and I even have some little balcony space you can stand there. It also has a proper window this time instead of a built one we got from the original Doctor Strange set. The details are amazing, even without any of the stickers. This is a printed piece, of course, but all these little brick details everywhere, they all look great. Of course, they put some studs on some of these bricks, which you can also use as toy features, like the steps down here and fully functioning door right there, which I had Iron Man standing behind, so he's falling over. But yeah, this is all great stuff from this side. Now, if you look over on the Spider-Man side, you got what looks like a fire escape ladder. Looks good, okay. It doesn't actually function as a fire escape. If you pay attention to the shape, doesn't make sense. You go, I'll go down, I'll go down. You don't actually, can't go zigzaggy, which, fine I suppose. But whatever it is, it's actually there. The whole building and all stuff is there. A lot of extra studs here, which look kinda ugly, but I guess this is like a black alley-ish design, maybe. But it definitely feels like there should be something there, but there isn't, so get used to it. Did they purposely make it ugly? And not to mention all those Technic bars on top. Yeah, they have actual functions and reasons for being there, but again, they look really ugly. Like, why is that there? I suppose if you put some like Technic to stud converters in here, you know, filling up the holes and then have some pieces go across, like some more brick designs, that'd be great. So yeah, the Doctor Strange side is the best side, and this one's just a little bit lacking. Even still, if you have this in the 90-degree angle as advertised in a lot of the pictures, the windows side here look okay, but of course it looks best this way, I suppose. Looks fine there. And you also have some extra back alley stuff. You got Peter's phone and some spiderweb. Not the most safe way to like hide your identity. Newspaper stand there, some bins and stuff, so that's pretty good. You got some rubbish and stuff. Oh, and some pizza on the floor. Bin itself has some bones inside. And some of the play features here, you got these red buttons which you can use to do stuff, so you push that in and the window pops out. So that's a cool gimmick, I guess, but for display purposes only, you probably want to remove that. And you got some red bars here for you to do other stuff. So you can open this up and the trapdoor inside pops open. You also have this place here and you stand Spider-Man and you attach his hand to this web piece, and this web piece is actually tied on top to this water tower here, which is quite nicely also used as a way to tie up the web. Like rotate it, so the web is tight and doesn't go all over the place. And the bottom floor on Doctor Strange side, you have our main entrance here, opened up the doorway, like the steps on the doorway. Got this magical piece here, some drawers and display shelves, so despite such a small space, they put some stuff in there. We also have a sofa there, which reminds you of the scene in Thor Ragnarok when they're talking to Doctor Strange. And got a sword and an axe hanging on the side, most likely magic variants. Moving up the floor, we have some random magic spells laying on the floor, more stuff hanging onto the wall to carry on the aesthetic of the overall sanctum. You have a case here, which is usually just has like two regular like daggers put in there. You also have this piece here, which you can use to rotate, and that will break this wall, supposedly. Come on, there we go. And once you do break that wall, the bookcase is hiding an infinity gem. So, which doesn't happen, but again, it's just a play feature. And you actually see the infinity gem through the window, so that's not the best spot to be hiding. That's a bit silly, Lego. So yeah. So apart from that, you have a little golden minifigure, like micro figure there, and these bookshelves are done pretty nicely. On the top floor here, we have that awesome Doctor Strange window. Looks great. We have more like papers and sheets and stuff placed all over the place, like candle light, and on this desk, this is all looking very great. You got a bookshelf on each side. They look great. Love the details here a lot. It's just super nice. And on the roof there, we don't really get much. It's just roof, which is fine. Spider-Man side of things, we have our pizza store. We have a pizza like oven cooking thing, a fire extinguisher on the side, a full pizza, and a cash register. And on this side we have a little spatula to put the pizza into the oven, so that's pretty cool. It's a fully featured thing. And of course you got the gimmick there where they show from the front where the window just explodes and falls out. On the next floor here we have a working office. We have a desk there, lots of design sheets and stuff. Not really sure what that's meant to represent. Could that still be more Doctor Strangey stuff? I don't know. But it's essentially, this block here is cut up into 2 rooms. We've got some boxes of information just put there, and we got all this research and design and whatever. The desk itself is designed quite nicely. It looks great, but I'm not really sure what that's meant to represent. It's just a New Yorkie room, but not specific to anyone. On floor here I have a bed and just a quarter of a pizza on the floor. Ew. And on the other side we have a little bit of red mechanism here just to help the floor balance itself and not go all over the place, because this is where the trapdoor gimmick is. So yeah. And we also have another gimmick here where we have this spider web piece. We move that out and it smashes the window. So again, just another New Yorker's home. Nothing too specific to anyone, but I suppose this could be Peter Parker's bedroom. I don't remember him being that filthy though. Of half-eaten pizza on the floor. And finally on the roof we have our big fig here standing there. Let's get rid of him. And we have a little piece here that pokes Spider-Man off the roof while he's holding onto the web. And you see here this spinny thing, this water tower, is quite smartly done in wrapping the web up. So that's pretty cool. Now, of course, it doesn't exactly attach to these bars. It does look a little bit stupid, and it's sort of hovering and wobbling all over the place. So it's not the best, but for a gimmick, it's not too bad. I kind of wish that the gimmick wasn't there and this was just a solid tower. just there. So, Our big fig here looks alright, I suppose. Print design's fine, the head sculpt is fine, and you got the hammers, 2 hammer spheres, which also hold on fine, the chain going on. It's okay, but once again, bootlegs have articulated heads for the big figs for a long time now. Why Lego doesn't do that still? It's stupid. It also doesn't have any print detail on the back. It looks good from the front, but if you think about it, it seems lazy. With the first set we have Rocket Raccoon, Teenage Groot, and of course Thor. But yeah, no villain in that set. I can't help but feel like every set should have some kind of villain in there for the heroes to battle, but we don't have that. We just have hero characters here. And the figures here are good, and they are the reason why I picked this set up, because I just really wanted these versions of the figures, mostly Thor and Teen Groot there, because Rocket's sort of a repeat character in this design. It's just that, yeah, having one of the bad guys in here would be a lot more fun for kids and adults, and having just 3 figures, I know it's a small-ish set, but just 3 figures seems a little bit lacking, a little bit disappointing. Teenage Groot here looks great, got a new head sculpt, and he's finally actual minifigure scale. Now if they use the Woody legs from Toy Story, you can have an adult Groot instead of the big built thing, which is way out of proportion. There's also a Groot keychain with slightly different expressions, so if you just want to feel like a completionist, you want to pick up that keychain as well, which is, again, not too expensive because it's a keychain, and I'm definitely going to pick that up if I see it around. Thor also looks great with the Stormbreaker axe that he's wielding, and got the little metallic blues on the white circles on his armor. That all looks really good. You don't really notice it, but when you look closer, that shine is really nice and really does give off a lightning effect, because he is, after all, the god of thunder. Groot, of course, just, you know, usual pieces from before and slightly different uniform design. He looks fine. Groot's back printing is pretty good as well. All those little wooden chunks, those are great. Rocket Raccoon, of course, has his rubbery soft retail from all the other versions, and the back print is okay. With the head sculpt, it still stops articulation just a little bit, so I'm not too big of a fan of that. I wish they can eventually fix that. As for Thor, the back is a little bit boring, but his secondary eyes are pretty awesome. Got the lightning, metallic blue, silver. Looks really great. Over to the Wakanda set, we got this is probably the best value for figures per set in this line of Avengers 4 sets. We got 5 figures here. We got Black Panther in his sort of newer suit. We got his sister there with some power gloves. We got a Vision, and we got one of the alien minions as well, one of the Thanos' generals. Black Panther looks great. He's got a little bit of his eyes showing up through the mask. Design slightly different from the other ones. He's got little ears there. That's good. Turning him around, he also has very nice metallic print all over the suit. Overall, just a nice figure. His sister is also a pretty good figure as well. I like the new hair sculpt. So this whole afro thing going on. Really nice curly hair. And she does have a secondary face here. Now the face for the female character is always a bit generic, and it's no difference here. Just a bit generic. And just the same one from the Civil War sets. So turning him around also shares the same details. The cape is soft as always. So just moving these figures away for a while. We got one of our mutant creatures here for the final battle, and look pretty good, but they also remind me from the generic monsters from the Justice League sets. Ooh. And we have this backpack here which offers us some claws design. That's pretty cool. You see that he does have some back design hidden by this piece. And here we are. That's a lot of nice details there that you can't see when those claw backpack is attached to his body. But these, again, would fit just nicely with the Justice League mutant monsters. They look so similar to each other. And finally, we have one of our generals here. Thanos' general people. He has a ruined cape and this spear piece, which again is comedically way too big. I would probably maybe cut it down to here and here. That'll make it look a bit more sense. This is the same, supposed to be the spear that you see in the trailer, but that's get thrown to Captain America. So it's that piece, but it doesn't look like that piece at all. The figure itself designed okay, but again, it looks kind of generic just because the way the creatures are in the movie, just here's a grey alien being thing. Yeah, really, and he looks great and all, but just Finally, for a big set here, we only get 4 minifigures minus that big fig character, which is quite disappointing. Usually in these big sets, it's a chance for LEGO to put in some minor characters in there just to fill up all the different character types, but only 4? And you don't even get the extra attachments that comes with Iron Man. If you want those extra attachments, you got to pick up the set that comes with the orange version of the Manalo. So we got Iron Man, because we got Iron Spider, which has the same backpack as on those alien creatures, but of course it has the golden sort of spider claws there, which are just sort of generic sort of droid arms. These pieces are fine, but an extra joint would have really enhanced this to make it do all the different Spider-Man, Iron Spider poses, because these claws can't really do that, so that kind of sucks. They're the right size here, but yeah, definitely could do one extra bit just to... So a Dr. Octopus thing would have been nicer than these claws. These are streamlined and smaller to fit the figure scale, but they just don't have the function. Iron Man, okay, of course, is this new suit design, minus all the extra attachments, which is annoying. The helmet is, thank God, the one where you can open up the mask, unlike the newer molds that they've been doing, and they're also going to be using for the Wasp. That's so lazy! Yeah, they're using that crappier Iron Man helmet for the Wasp, in the Ant-Man Wasp set, so that sucks. The suit design itself is printed pretty nice. You got some blue in the eyes there, that's pretty good. And we have that generic Tony Stark head that we've gotten all the time. But on the other side, we have this nicer head sculpt, which is super awesome. The Iron Spider suit, of course, does look really nice with those golden rims on the torso. The face looks pretty good as well. It has that little grey area around the edge of his eyes to show you its articulation. The arm printing is pretty excellent as well. And when we look at the back of these suits, the golden print is also really good around the edges, so that's great. Well, the arm printing is nice and detailed and pretty good. It doesn't wrap around all the way around the arm, so it just makes it look a little bit off. So come on, this printing, so the design kind of gets ruined that way. That really sucks. We do have bootlegs that try to print all the way around. They're not always successful, but at least they're all the way around the arm. Can LEGO do that now too? Thanks. Doctor Strange here is the exact same figure as the original Doctor Strange set, except that they use a different hairpiece. It's from the more messier Superman hairpiece that we have now, but of course with the Doctor Strange signature white bits printed on there. The bottom half of the cape is soft material that you get with the newer capes, but the top piece is more reminiscent of the classic LEGO Harley capes. Turning the figure around, we have that expression and a pretty nice sort of body print. Finally, we have this general here, which is slightly less generic than the other generals in the other sets because, you know, his color is more vibrant, more blue. He has that weird face nose thing going on like he does in the movie, and he comes with these yellow effects pieces. And the back in here just looks kind of wrinkly. I think at some point there was a Squidward joke in the movie, and yeah, this is like ugly Squidward. So overall, I find these to be pretty good sets. With the Wakanda one, that alien machine thing is pointless. I wish it sort of wasn't in there, so they could put the set a little bit cheaper. Or if it was in there, instead of giving us the gimmick of a little shooter, remove that shooter and actually put those parts, the budget, into the actual this machine thing, this blade thing, and not have that. Ugh. The Thor one is pretty good for the figures, not too big on the fan of the gimmick of the ship and spacecraft and stuff, and the actual set itself is kind of pathetic compared to what you see in the movie. I'd much rather have it be a slightly bigger set where they actually built up the actual scene from the movie, but what we got here is just pointless. Really get that set just for the figures. Or if you do have that orange Manalo and you really want the extra bit to make it even bigger, then this one's okay. Just, if you're just picking up this set, don't expect too much grand stuff from the set itself. And the building set is pretty much essential, but really lacking in figures. Now in terms of the figures, even if you do pick up all 6 sets for the Infinity War, there are still essential characters missing. Now you get Thanos and you can eventually get all of his like generals. That's fine, I suppose. But here are a few characters that I think are essential for the movie that are missing here. I feel like Scarlet Witch is a very important character to be in at least one of these sets. She's not here. Mantis also has a pretty important role in the movie as well, so the fact that she's missing is also kind of a bummer. So I think those 2 characters really should be in here. As for other non-essential characters that could have appeared but they haven't, but I'm not too upset about those, is if you do want to collect all of the extra figures, you will also need to find the Hulk from older sets, Loki, War Machine, Wakanda Warriors, Winter Soldier. So yeah, those were like kind of important characters that should come with this set, but not too essential. But apart from that, of course, you still have many other Marvel characters that appear in the background or just all over the place, and of course are not in these Lego sets, but those aren't important at all. It's just for hardcore fans who want to have every single character. Then you're gonna need to pick up quite a lot of the older Avengers sets if you want to just complete the whole thing. If you do pick up all of these sets, the characters for the most part complete except for Mantis and Scarlet Witch, what I feel like really should have been in these sets. The set building themselves are all very solid, nothing falls apart. They're also very easy to transport. You just move them around, move them to different shelves, pick them up. They're all great and don't fall apart. I also like the idea of being able to combine these sets with more of the same sets to make a really big scene. If you do choose to do that, then they'll look pretty good as well. So far, these are pretty good sets. I enjoy these a lot and definitely recommend picking these up. As for the other ones, I haven't picked it up. I have no love for another Hulkbuster. If you have the old one, that's fine. If you just like Hulkbuster in general, the scale's completely wrong, so not a fan of that set or the previous Hulkbuster set too much. The Milano Thanos set is okay, but I already have the original Milano. I don't want another Milano. I skipped the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 version of that, and would have much prefer that they had like a set of scenery instead of the ship, and I can get Thanos and the other characters that way. And the Captain America set is the cheapest set, and for the price for that, the 2 figures there and the little set piece in there is quite accurate to what it is in the movie, so that's a good set to pick up too. There just doesn't seem to be any essential characters in that if you do have previous sets, so I didn't pick that up for that reason because I already have a Cap, I already have Black Widow, not specifically in those colors, but I'm quite happy with the ones I already have. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave a comment below because YouTube likes comments now, so hopefully this video gets more exposure. Thanks. If you want to support this channel, you can watch it without ad block or head over to Patreon and do it that way if you like. I've also reviewed a lot of other toys on this channel, bootleg Lego, other Lego sets, action figures, henshin toys, so you can check those out, please. That'd be great as well. As always, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.